Two of the NFL's best starts challenging each other here. Off we go in a Week 4 showdown. Marvin Mims now to return it. He stopped on the run back at the 27.
The Jets take over first and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
So their offense out now to get this game started. It's first and 10.
Louis. What? Hey, kill. What's up?
Running it with David Montgomery. Dropped by the first guy he met. No gain on that first down run.
I don't think that's the amount that they were looking for there, Kate. Going to lead to some shuffling around here in the playbook. Find a more aggressive call on second.
Last run, not a lot of help, Brock. 9 to go now on second down. Shotgun snap here to Goff. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. First time this game they've looked to him. And things look tougher now with 3rd and long. Out of the shotgun, Goff. His running back hauls it in deep right. He's taken down, but not before he has this all the way to the opposing 40.
First down, New York.
On first down, they'll run with Montgomery. Went in there full steam ahead, but he ran out of steam pretty quickly. No gain on that one.
Stopped right at the line, but might as well have been a loss of yards as far as the offense is concerned. It's always humbling when you try force versus force, and the defense wins out.
DC.
2nd and 10 now. He'll check this one down, complete to the fullback. This gets down to about the 36-yard line. Making the stop, that was last year's Heisman Trophy winner, Travis Hunter.
It's always nice to see teams still employ a fullback. I love rewarding a big guy with some touches during a game. They earn those looks. That was a well-run route, and he showed some soft hands to bring it in.
Goff now on 3rd down. This throw's going to wind up incomplete. The intended target is running back, and the result's 4th down coming up.
I've talked to you over the years of the transition to the NFL where the windows to throw are small. On 3rd down, smaller. Put dime defense on the field, and those windows become almost non-existent.
180!
On 4th down, Goff. He sends this one to the end zone, and they will score. Touchdown, New York! The Jets finish up an excellent opening series. Jordan Addison, the touchdown. Quite the drive they put together to begin this game. What stood out to us, how quickly they were operating. They got a lot of plays in a small amount of time on the way to that touchdown.
What do you mean? We feel that tempo in the booth?
Yep, certainly do.
Kept those guys guessing defensively and on their toes, not quite sure what was coming next. And it will be that same strategy they employ, I'm going to guess so, until that defense proves they can stop it.
His return starts at the 5. A decent run back is going to end as they bring him down inside the 30. All right, Miami has its offense set, partner. Here comes 1st and 10. McCarthy starting off with a throw. Buys time, rolling right. Cut down the field, Leggett. And they're all the way across midfield before he's brought down. That goes as a gain of 25 yards and picks up the 1st. I'm not going to call this a must-score drive here in this first quarter, Brock, but when your opponents start the game with 6, it feels like you need some sort of answer.
You need a response, right? You need a response. You don't need all these home runs or big highlights. You just need to keep matriculating that ball down the field.
First carry here for Ashton Genty. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that first down play.
When you rush the passer, it's kind of like tracking down a runner. That same pass, same athleticism comes to life. He looked pretty good hunting his prey right there.
Hawk 70!
From the the shotgun. McCarthy. That's complete to the back. Ashton Genty. And he has it to the 42 before they make the stop.
I call this quarterback's best friend. Some call it a safety valve. Some call it automatic. But it's sure nice as a quarterback when you got a trusty running back over the middle of the field that you can depend on.
And that's a win for the pass rush. Hit as he threw it, leads to the incompletion. Fourth down coming up.
The numbers tell us pretty clearly, you get to third and long, extra long, it's really hard to stay on the field. That's disappointing because that was third and manageable in an incomplete.
Don't want to punt from here, but too far for a field goal as well. They're going for it here. So the officials are officially on board tonight. For the first time, a flag flies. Somebody moved early. So tough to stay set when you've got defenders doing everything they can to make you jump, and, well, they got one of them to move that time. The task gets tougher as they set up on fourth down.
Let's go now.
They snap it to McCarthy. And they don't get the catch they need there. Their hand was forced, Brock. Had to try and go for it, but they turn it over on downs.
You know, kid, I don't think I've ever met a defender that cares. All they want to do is get off the field. Doesn't matter if it's a drop pass, deflection, breakup, even an interception. Challenged by the offense to get one more stop to get off the field, and that's exactly what they did.
Has a big strike to Addison. And he's going to be driven out of bounds. The gain gets this down inside the 35. They get 20 yards out of the play and move the chains. Ball at the 33 for first down.
Like 20. Maverick. We go. 76.
From the gun, Goff. Escapes the pocket. And he just gets rid of it. Knew he had a couple of plays left. Didn't want to take a risk there on first down.
You hear so many programs all around the league talk about it's all about the ball. It's all about the ball. Well, discretion, the better part of valor in a lot of cases. And right there, he understood it's all about the ball, and I'm not going to risk a turnover wisely, throwing it away.
On the move, headed right. Taken in by Noah Fant. And he's going to take this to the 23. The stop made to set up third and very short. Now trying to run for it with Montgomery. And that short gain is enough for a new set of down. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. First down throw from Goff. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's able to get this down to the 13.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot. Give your quarterback a chance.
Goff tosses that quickly out wide. And this play reaches the 12-yard line before the stop is made. Seventh play of the drive now as they need a yard here on third down. Trying to sneak here, Goff. And he couldn't get much there, but what he did get was absolutely crucial. That makes it first and goal.
First down, Jets.
Maverick.
Goff off the play action. On him quick, and they bring him down. Offense up to the line fast. Running on second with Montgomery. And they're going to keep him out once again. That sends him backwards, brings up third and goal.
Well, they were hoping to get outside and meet those guys at the second level. Well, someone from the second level came to beat him on his turf. And that meeting didn't go so well.
Go. Like what?
Here he is on third and long. And someone stepped in. It's intercepted. There he goes, right sideline. And this is going to be a pick six. He's in for the Miami touchdown.
This offense had time to go through the 5 stages of grief by the time that interception up steam all the way through, some reluctant acceptance that they just watched the celebration unfold in the wrong end zone.
Well, Brock, hopefully some short memories on offense as they get it right back here on the kickoff after that pick six. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
Nice field position for the Jets as they come up 1st and 10.
180.
Goff trying again here after the pick. Finds him on the crossing route. And he'll be taken down, but not until he reaches that 45-yard line. An excellent gain, 20 yards there, and that's going to move the sticks.
You know I love those chunk completions. They're so critical. Those chunk plays, they lead statistically so often to scoring. And then when you get it to a tight end and play action, it's just a little icing on the cake.
Handoff running right, Montgomery. He will go! Touchdown, New York! The Jets just need 2 snaps to steal the lead. David Montgomery with the touchdown. Gano's point after is good. And the Jets take the lead here, 14-7 in the first. On now is Dixon to kick this one away. And this one bounces into the end zone, and it'll be a touchback out to the 20. Dolphins just about set up here, 1st and 10. Play action, McCarthy. Flushed out of the pocket. And apparently he sees no other option than to get rid of it on what is the final play of our first quarter. That's going to do it for our first quarter here on Monday Night Primetime. It's a 14-7 game. Back to Hard Rock Stadium right after this. Back for the start of quarter number 2. It's Dolphin football as we begin. They start out 2nd and 10. Coming left is Genty. He's going to snag a couple of yards, charging up the gut. That was Jonathan Allen on the tackle.
Hey, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
McCarthy throwing on 3rd down. Into the hands of Leggett. And they will finally catch up to him just a second before he can reach that 40. 1st down now, ball at the 39-yard line.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
Operating from the gun, it's McCarthy. To the left, that's pulled in by Golden. And he goes out, just needed one more step there to reach midfield.
That is a textbook 1st down completion. Sets up 2nd and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
This is Genty on 2nd. They stop him just in time. He got back to the line, but denied the yard they needed. 3rd down coming up.
So often we talk about the individual having to move on to the next play. Well, that was a perfect picture of the collective. That defense staring down 2nd and 1 rose to the occasion collectively.
On 3rd down, Genty. 1st down and more past the 40. And he's going to be driven out of bounds. The gain gets this down inside the 35. They'll get 18 yards there. And that's going to give the Dolphins a 1st down.
I love that call on 3rd down because it just gives you options. The best 3rd down teams are teams that do just that. Right? They give you options. You don't let the defense dictate to you. You look at what they're giving you, and you take advantage of it.
And this time they're going to get to him before he can get that pass away as he goes down. Working quickly here.
Brings up 2nd and 16 at the Jets' 40-yard line.
After the sack, another pass on 2nd down. Forced out to his right. And he doesn't see a window he likes, so he just got rid of that one. And it brings up 3rd down.
Oh, Oh, this has been a tough series. Sacked on the first down play, forced to throw it away right there. An awfully difficult third down now staring you in the face.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have third down here. From the shotgun, McCarthy. He has the first over the middle. They get 18 yards out of it and a new set of downs.
I'm not sure how this defense let that guy slip through him like that. On third down, nonetheless, he took that snap as an opportunity. Man, did he make an impact play.
Hits him on the out route. And he'll take this across. Touchdown, Miami. The Dolphins can tie it up in a second after cutting into the lead. On his little for the extra point. Extra point set right down the middle. And the Dolphins tie things up at 14. So we've got a tie ball game now as they send this away. And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
Nice field position for the Jets as they come up 1st and 10. Gives Montgomery to start the drive. And he stopped quickly here. 2 yards on the play. We've got 2nd and 8. A dose of the hurry-up offense here.
Value 3, that's 5. Obama.
Off play action. Goff. Made the throw as he was getting hit, Brock, and it's incomplete. Trying to hit his fullback there. So now it's going to be 3rd and long. Well, he already has himself 1 interception in this game, partner, and throws like that are going to find him another if he isn't careful.
Yep, those are the throws you want to intersperse, kind of sprinkle into your passing game. Because if they become the norm and you're constantly thrown into coverage, that's when 1 pick becomes 2, 2 becomes 3, and on and on.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. They go play action with Goff. Throw came out right as the defense got to him. That's an incomplete pass. Looking for his wide receiver there. So that brings up 4th and long. Here comes the punting unit for the Jets. He punted 3 times in the win last week, and this one is away. And this one hits first at the 3 before continuing on into the end zone for a touchback. Starting out with an empty backfield, Brock. Here they come. 1st and 10. Shotgun snap. They're going to throw. Chased out to his right. It's a pickup of 14 yards as the chains reset.
As long as these are the results he's getting, they're going to be just fine with him calling his own number. He does such a good job of seeing the field and knowing when it's his time to take it himself.
Here's 1st and 10 from the 34. Now it's McCarthy. Finds him over the middle. And he's brought to a stop after he found plenty of room to run.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
That one stopped right at the line for no gain. This is going to be 2nd down.
Man, it is tough to fool this defense with how they just react to these plays, Kate. They held that line, the QB keeper, it gets 0.
1st down run netted him nothing. Here is 2nd and 10. McCarthy throwing here. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. This is a guy who's used to embracing contact, Brock. Usually makes catches in spite of it, but I guess it's tough for anybody to make a play every time.
Yeah, I think these tight ends today, Kate, spend as much time in the old ice bath as just about anybody. And when you don't make that catch and you take the contact, well, that stings like the first seconds in the ice.
Short pass brought in. And he's taken out of bounds as he gets it down near the red zone. They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs.
Kate, I can't tell you how good that is. Anticipating the outcut, having the ball on the way before the receiver's head even turns. He puts it on him so that receiver can easily get out of bounds for the nice gain.
1st and 10. Here's McCarthy. That's low and bounces short of his man.
Hey, Kate, I know it's unrealistic to expect a 100% completion rate from anywhere on the field. But in this close, you really shouldn't be missing too many throws. Those need to be borderline automatic.
Second and 10, McCarthy. Completed over the middle. And this one doesn't go far. We've hit the 2-minute warning now at Hard Rock. The Dolphins driving for a score and a halftime lead. Play number 8 of this drive, and it's 8 that they need here on third down. Again, McCarthy to throw. This is Legant working the left side. And this is going to be short. Quick stop by the defense. Bring up fourth down.
You know, I like the completion. You never turn down a completion. That's just not the right throw to make in that spot to move the chains.
Cam Little now to attempt this field goal. This is going to be a 32-yarder from the left hash. Little knocks it through. And they've taken back the lead.
Well, I know once that drive stalls out, that's where it really pays to have that reliable kicker on the sideline ready to bail you out. And he knocks that one right through to give him the lead.
The Dolphins have their kickoff team out as they kick it away. And that kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. So we got a touchback. This drive will start at the 35. Nice field position for the Jets as they come up first and 10. They get in on the ground here with Montgomery. Doesn't get much beyond the line, a yard at most. Brandon Stevens in on the tackle. Last run only gained a yard. That means it's second and 9. Off to the air now. Now set up the screen to Montgomery. And they'll make the stop up at the 46-yard line. Give him an even 10 yards on the play. And it's good enough for a New York first down. New set of downs for him from the 46. Goff working from the pistol. Bails out of the pocket quick. And he's just going to get rid of this one. Smart move there. When you saw the field, it's going to be second down.
Kate, I got to believe he harkened back to that earlier pick and thought the better of making another. Getting outside the pocket, he was either going to try to run for it, had nowhere to go, so he simply threw it away.
Brought in right side by Moore. And they bring him to a halt right at that midfield stripe. Sidney Brown in on that stop.
Well, that's a modest little drag route, but if you ever just need a safe, short gain on a throw, that's a go-to route to target.
Throwing again. Here's Goff. That's caught by Montgomery. And out of bounds right at the 40-yard line. They come through with a nice gain there. Gain of 10, first down.
Hey, Kate, they don't rightly care who it's going to go to in that situation. All they really care about are the results on third down. And that's exactly the result they needed. Enough to keep this drive moving.
New slate of downs to approach here from the 40. Here's Goff on first and 10. Throwing the out route complete. He's got his guys into the red zone before someone can force him out. That goes as a gain of 25 yards and picks up the first.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
The toss play, Montgomery. And they'll stop him after a short gain to the 13. The Jets take their first time out. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime.
Yeah, that defense was flying to the ball. You see that outside toss. This is a pursuit drill that they work on over and over again. Get to that toss before it can really get started.
Goff. Catch made, Tyrone Tracy. And he's to the 5 before going out of bounds. Timeout taken by the offense, their second. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half. And on third down, Dolphins coming out in a dime, expecting a pass. Montgomery gets it from the gun. And he is well clear of that marker. That effort's going to set them up with a first and goal. Timeout called by the Jets. That's their final one. And that's all they've got for what little remains of this half.
That is your old school meat and potatoes call right there. Don't even think about throwing it. Just rush it ahead and get what you need.
Out of the shotgun, gone. Buys time, rolling right. And he just hucks this one away. Wasn't going to risk a throw or force something. It brings up second down.
Look at the coverage on that play, Kate. I love that. That is textbook defense right there. When the quarterback escapes the pocket, man, you got to find somebody. You got to go get sticky on your offensive guy. That's exactly what the secondary did, and it forces the throw away.
Escapes the pocket. And the coverage just too good there. Didn't find the throw that he was confident in, so just throws it away. Third down coming up.
Well, discretion, the better part of valor in a lot of cases. Rather than force something with no one open and risk a turnover, he wisely just threw it away.
The kick by Gano is good. And that's going to tie us up just before halftime.
Kate, if you're not going to pay a methodical drive off with a touchdown, that's the second best thing you can do. You could take all the time down, put points on the board, maybe a little momentum in heading into halftime.
So we'll see if it's a kick return that ends our half or if we get a play from scrimmage as this one's away. So it's a touchback on the kickoff, and we're going to get one final snap here in the half.
At their own 20-yard line.
All right, this is going to be the play that takes us to halftime.
Let's go. Check smash. Check smash. Cougar 19. Ready.
And he has a decent gain on what's going to be the final play of the half. So that's the halfway point of this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Brock and I will be back right after this. Set up for an incredible second half, all tied as we kick it away here in quarter number 3. Johnson with a return here. This makes it up to the 25.
Dolphins take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
All right, Miami has its offense set, partner. Here comes first and 10. From the shotgun, McCarthy. Rolling out to his left. Into the hands of Pickett. And they'll stop him here, but not before he gets out to the 47-yard line. They manage 22 on the rip and a first down. Double coverage, deal breaker for a lot of QBs, Brock, but less so when it's a target you trust.
You know, it's interesting, Kate, even 20-something years ago, watching Marvin Harrison and Peyton Manning work, every defense would go into every game trying to double cover him, but yet those two, well, like we just saw right there, just got it done regardless.
Here's McCarthy on first and 10. That's complete to Musgrave. And just gets back to the line of scrimmage.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, just find a way to get him the ball.
He is taken down as he drives this to the enemy 40. They get 13 on the pickup, and it'll be first down, Miami.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great block in the spring of guys hitting blocks downfield, and a back who can show off his wheels.
That's him on the quick hitter, and he's tackled for a short gain.
You know, Kate, over the years, I've heard defensive coordinators say, hey, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. You got to earn the right for me to call blitzes. And when you call a blitz and you don't get home and you don't hit the quarterback, you've earned nothing.
19 Tiger. 19 Tiger. 19 Lion.
Operating from the gun, it's McCarthy. That's Pickens with a catch outright. And he is brought to a stop after he found plenty of room there to run.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains. There wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
First and 10.
first and 10. Working inside the red zone. This one's caught. And he'll be taken down at the last possible moment. He's at the 1. Offense in the hurry up here.
That's another Dolphins first down. First and goal at the 1-yard line.
Jency punches it in for the Miami touchdown. The Dolphins take the lead right away in half number 2. Well, this has definitely been a tight one throughout, Brock. So now that they've taken the lead, the question becomes, can they hold on to it?
And that question right there is one the defense has to answer. If this sure had the look of a drive where a coaching staff challenged that offense, saying, hey, we need a big drive from you guys right here, and sure enough, that offense delivers.
Yeah, no doubt. The Dolphins have their kickoff team out as they kick it away. Devin Duvernay to return it. He's got a lane up past the 30. And they'll start this drive in good position, a little shy of the 40.
The Jets take over first and 10 at their own 38-yard line.
Nice field position for the Jets as they come up first and 10. Goff off the play action. Dumps it off to his running back. And all he can do is get back to the line on that effort, so no gain on first down.
He specializes in salvaging broken plays out of the backfield, but even he couldn't get anything out of that one, Kate. That defense, they were all over it.
On the move, headed right. And before he can get rid of it, he runs out of bounds. Could have just tossed it incomplete, Brock, but instead takes the sack at a big loss. So not an enviable spot here as they come up on third and very long.
20, 14, 14, what's up?
Shotgun snap here to Goff. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And a couple of really good plays, Brock, made back-to-back behind the line to bring up fourth down. They'll bring out the punter here. And he wants to hit his second effort just as well as he hit his first. His work begins at the 31. And he's brought down before the return gets far. The Dolphins in pretty good field position here as they come up first and 10. Play is going to be a give to Jency. And they blow up the opening play of this drive. Love the aggressiveness from this defense.
These stops, they don't always make the end-of-game highlight reels, but they absolutely should. The coaches and players know it. Offenses are always counting on yards on that type of run. And anytime it results in a loss, it could be a potential drive killer.
Complete out to the right side. Ooh, and the shot made awfully close to the marker and in midfield. It's going to be third and short now from the 49.
You know, they really love that drag route because he's one of those guys that can count on not only to make the catch, but create after the catch. If they don't close on him quickly, he can add a lot of yards before someone tracks him down.
And he'll take this across. Touchdown, Miami. The Dolphins take a 13-point lead.
I think he'll take his highlights however. He can get him on a handoff, pin-off pass. It really doesn't matter. The important thing is he gets the ball. He gets the touch. He can do his damage. Big time.
And that one splits the uprights. And the Dolphins double their lead to 14. The Dolphins have their kickoff team out as they kick it away. And this is going to bounce out of the end zone, so they will set up shop at the 35. Nice field position for the Jets as they come up first and 10. They give up the gut to Montgomery. Wasn't a fan of what was ahead there, Brock, but the bounce outside doesn't fare any better. He gets a lone yard at second down. From the gun, Goff. Brought in right side. And they'll get there and stop him at the line.
We saw his guys pick up the blitz. We felt them pick it up anyway if we weren't looking at him. But with their effort on his behalf, I think this QB felt owed to them and the group up front to find somebody to get a completion, so that effort up front wasn't in vain.
Oh, missed that one, and he knew it. Put it behind his guy, and now it's fourth down.
You need to buy your receivers enough time to get open along your route, and your quarterback enough time to find and hit them with the throw. When the line doesn't hold up, incompletions follow.
And this hit to the 4 before taking a bounce into the end zone. That's a touchback. Dolphins just about set up here. 1st and 10. Giving this to Genty. And he'll manage 3 there to begin this one. 2nd and 7 coming up.
That's the kind of yardage that's not going to kill this drive on the first play, but it does put you a little bit behind schedule. Now second down becomes critical because nobody wants a 3 and out.
Back to Genty. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. Give him 2 on the run. That's going to set him up with 3rd and 4.
A gain of 2 on the play. Brings up 3rd and 4.
From the shotgun, McCarthy. Forced out to his right. He'll wind up and heft it deep right. Big gain downfield. And he fights his way down to the 35 before the defense can get him out. They get 38 out of the play. And that's going to give the Dolphins a 1st down.
First and 10 at the 36-yard
Now it's
line.
McCarthy. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. 2nd down coming up.
I know that you and I love, Kate, looking at plays and discussing them and all the different outlets and checkdowns, and usually there's a completion to be had, but not against this defense. Not on that one.
McCarthy trying again on 2nd down. That's completed right side. We know the way home. Touchdown, Miami. The Dolphins lengthen the lead at the end of the 3rd. George Pickens the touchdown. Little able to connect on the point after. And the Dolphins stretch their lead to 21.
Jets 17.
The Dolphins have their kickoff team out as they kick it away. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
Nice field position for the Jets as they come up 1st and 10. Montgomery now up the middle. Dropped by the first guy he met. No gain on that 1st down run. Run loss of a yard to begin the drive. Here comes 2nd and 11. Up to the air now. And he just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be 3rd down.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Goff on 3rd. Has a big strike to Addison. And they drop him with a big hit, but that's going to sting worse for the defense. A big gain, and the chain's moving too. All right, we've reached the final quarter of Monday Night Primetime. It's Jets football, and they're probably ready to just get this final quarter over with. Let's see how they attack this 1st down, Brock, from the 43. Now gone. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
And he'll be brought down at about the 29. They gain 14 on the play. And it'll give the Jets a first down.
Hey, kill him. 2 for 1.
Throwing again. It's gone. Chased out to his right. Oh, he was on the move, but so was the defense, and they take him down. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up. Moving quickly, trying to get set again.
Hold on. Check. We go. 76. Done.
Trying again, following the sack. Falls to the ground out left, incomplete. Jordan Addison, the intended target. And that's going to leave him with a tough 3rd and long.
17. 2 for 1. Blood. Hey, kill him. Like 20. Done.
Throwing is gone. His running back hauls it in deep right. As that play comes to an end, we get a pretty quick stoppage from the officials. Players shaken up. Looks like, yeah, it's David Montgomery who's being helped out and in some pain. And he scores. It's a New York touchdown. The Jets get it back to within 2 possessions. Exactly the play they were looking for, Brock. They saw it, and he put it right on the money.
Yeah, it really was a perfect play. This is what it looked like in practice, but more importantly now, to get it done in game time, that's what you're looking for. Amazing when it all comes together.
They're going to throw again. Gone. And it's hauled in inside the end zone for 2. That trims the lead just a little bit. Well, Brock, the run's certainly an option as they lined up for 2. But as an offense, what are you looking for when you decide to throw it instead?
Well, you spend all week working on these plays, and usually you have 2 or 3 that you like. That run game, you're right, you can run it. But there's so much more space with creativity in the passing game. And good offenses, elite offenses, they find a way not just to practice it, but to execute it when it matters.
New slated downs to approach here from the 40.
Right there. Hurt. Ready.
Giving up the guns. Here's Genty. And a couple of teammates combining there for the stop after just 1 yard.
This offense has now left us some ground to make up a little bit here on 2nd down. After that drive starts with a very minimal gain.
Last run, not a lot of help, Brock. 9 to go now on 2nd down. Another give here to Genty. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. A couple yards on the run. It's 3rd and 6 now.
When you don't have great success on 1st down, Kate, it's a little bit like a hitter in baseball falling behind in the count. And all you want to do as a hitter is get back to a fighting chance. Give yourself a better count. That play, well, it does the same here. Now a much more manageable and opportune 3rd down situation.
2 yards to the pickup. They're going to be left with 4th and 4.
It's 4th down.
Cam Little now to attempt this field goal. This will be from 52 yards. Coming off the edge, and it's blocked. And they stop him before he gets much on the return.
This block right here, it's a product of preparation, effort, and determination. They attacked the soft spot in the line, and one of them was able to will his way through and get to the kick in time. Well done.
2 for 1. 2 for 1. Value 3. What's that?
Goff working from the pistol. And that was just a little bit too low to be brought in. No luck finding his receiver that time. And it's going to be 2nd down.
2. We go. What's that?
Off the play fake. Here's Goff. Buys time, rolling right. He takes it himself. And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47.
Just not much to do right there, whether he wanted to run it or throw it. Even if he scraped a positive gain out of it, it's still a win for this defense.
They're going to throw it on 3rd and long. He's got it to him yet again, and that one is caught. And he'll have it down to the 44-yard line.
Value three. Whoa.
Goff on 1st and 10. He rolls to his right. And he just gets rid of it. Knew he had a couple of plays left. Didn't want to take a risk there on 1st down.
He did exactly what he was supposed to do on that play. Felt the pressure and escapes the pocket. After that, it's on somebody downfield to get open and give him a target. No one did, and he simply has to get rid of it.
They kick the running back in motion. To throw again here, 2nd and 10. It's gone. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Ball and defender arrived at the exact same time there. So they're left facing 3rd and long. Still 10 yards to get this 1st down as they come to the line.
Go. 180. Maverick.
Again, Goff. He has the first over the middle. And some excellent work on this play. Takes him a while to get to him downfield. Offense up to the line fast.
A gain of 33 yards on the play.
DC.
New York.
From the red zone now. And he's just going to get rid of this one. Smart move there. When you saw the field, it's going to be 2nd down.
You know, Kate, that was one of those situations where you hear a quarterback having a clock, right? You know, and he had enough time in the pocket, but then it was like, okay, time is running out, and I got to do something. He did not force a throw and risk a pick. Instead, he just got rid of it and cut his losses.
Snap the screen to Montgomery. That screen sniffed out quickly, shut down behind the line.
Kate, that's one of those situations as a quarterback that on my grade sheet, that's a negative. That screen was ambushed by the defense, and you've got to throw it away. Just find a way to put it at his feet and not create a negative play for your offense.
Escapes the pocket. And he will score. Touchdown, New York. The Jets now within 1 score in the 4th. All right, so the offense does its job, Brock. Now they need their defense to give them a chance to overcome that big deficit.
The momentum in the building's clearly changed. We can feel it here in the booth, but you're right. It's now to the defense to make a stop and give them a chance.
They knew what they had to do, Brock. They got the score and now need to pull off this onside kick. And the Dolphins get on that football. Touchdown! He takes the kick all the way back for 6. Well, kind of feels like we're starting to get to that point, Brock.
And what point is that, Kate?
You know, the bold point of the game where you have to try something bold could end up becoming a play that finally sinks him though.
Yeah, it's time for desperation. Without a defensive stop here, it's really hard to lay out the scenarios for much success. Every second matters now when you don't come up with that onside kick.
32.
What do you think, Brock? Can we get dueling kick return touchdowns, huh? Let's find out. The kick is away. And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback.
First and 10. At their own 35-yard line.
Nice field position for the Jets as they come up 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, Goff. On the move, hit it right. All the way to the right, it's intercepted. Brandon Stevens has it.
Well, that's now 2, Kate, that they've gotten him for picks in this game, and he's got to be careful. Right? You've got to protect the football. It is the greatest treasure you have as an offense. And this defense, well, they've got 2 in their pocket, and you know.
And he's going to go down. Jets brought the pressure and got to him. Working quickly here.
A 9-yard loss. It's now 2nd and 19. At the 46.
Another try following the sack. That's incomplete on 2nd down.
Can't cover it much better than that. Really well covered, Kate, on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
All right, one more snap before the 2-minute warning. Here he is on 3rd and long. It's the 2-minute warning from Miami. Dolphins on their way to their 3rd win of the year. So as they face 4th down, on comes Corey Bajorquez to kick. Only punted once in last week's loss, and he gets this one away. And hey, at least he held onto the football, but they will get nothing on that return.
The Jets take over 1st and 10 at their own 9-yard line.
All right, working from the gun to start. 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He's looking to throw. Forced out to his right. He'll just huck this one into row C, and some lucky fan is going to haul in a heck of a souvenir.
That right there, Kate, that's taking the hard lessons from the previous drive and putting them in practice right here. You don't see a throw you like, it's too tight a window. Don't risk yet another interception.
That one's cut along the left sideline. And this is going to be out of bounds. Defense catches up to him near that 45. How about a big hitter, 34 yards there and a new set of downs. Down a couple of scores, but still some time left and 3 timeouts as well. It's 1st and 10. Chased out to his right. He finds Fant. And they make the tackle at the 38. That play goes for 19 and a new set of downs.
There are times a quarterback's got to be blacksmiths. When you're in the pocket, there's just a certain timing and precision. When you get outside that pocket, you got to be an artist. You got to be creative, and this guy is.
And this one's incomplete. Too low as it skips off the ground. Trying to find his tight end. And now it's 2nd down.
Tiger! We go tonight! Is that?
Throwing again. Here's Goff. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Tough one to retain through that hit. And things look tougher now with 3rd and long. Here he is to throw. Deep down the right sideline. It's his running back making the catch. Jets moving quickly, trying to get the offense set.
1st and goal, Jets.
Hold on. Check.
Working inside the red zone. And don't leave just yet, fans. He's got it for the touchdown. And there's still a small chance, Brock, that this one isn't over.
New York. Graham Gano.
Quite the strike to his tight end, and the patience he showed waiting for that to break open. That was awesome, and it's rewarded with 6.
You know, it should be simple, Kate, right? In philosophy, it should be simple. Just plaster that big guy. Throw bodies at him in coverage, but stopping the tight end near the end zone is anything but simple with how deceptively good they are as route runners and finding that football when it arrives.
And the Dolphins were all over that kick. This game is over.
No question they wanted the ball back late, but you don't see many of these recovered by the kicking team in the NFL. You see even fewer recovered when they're actually expecting it, like they certainly were right there.
And off to Genty. And they get him for a loss. That's a big one, Brock, and might see them burn a timeout. The Jets take their first timeout.
48-yard line.
Shotgun give here to Genty. And they do get him down, but the damage is done. This gets down inside the 35-yard line. Timeout taken by the defense. Their 2nd. Victory formation here. Looks like they're going to take a knee on 1st down. Dolphins breaking out the victory formation here as he goes to a knee. So in the end, it's a Dolphins win here. Man, they were facing a top-5 defense this week, Brock, but they made them look anything but. What a great performance to get this win.
Yeah, you can come in, Kate, with this awe and mystique of, gosh, we're facing one of the best defenses in the league, but as soon as you get those first points, you realize, you know what? They're mortal just like the rest of us, and they took the fight right to them.
Well, that'll do it for us, for Brock Heward and our entire hard-working crew. I'm Kate Scott. This has been the NFL on EA Sports. The Dolphins, your winners, as we say so long from Miami.
up all of my space. You should get out of my. But I won't anyway. Don't really care what you think. You should get out of my way. Get your talking face out of my way.